Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack fascinating sources and, well, get you really well informed.
That's the goal.
Today, we're looking at something that, might seem like just another shopping mall on the surface, but it's really not.
Not at all.
We're diving into the Westfield Mall of the Netherlands, and the big question is, how did this place basically transform itself into, well, what many are calling a blueprint for the future of retail and leisure, too?
Right. We're going deeper than just the shops today. Our mission is to understand the strategies, the architecture, which is stunning, and maybe some surprising features that turned a, frankly, pretty standard suburban mall into this regional flagship. It's a place where commerce, culture, and interestingly, sustainability really come together.
And the details are kind of amazing. We're talking a 600 million transformation, a facade that actually looks like a silk scarf, a dining area with these golden curtains, a TikTok museum, and even a bee hotel.
A bee hotel, yep. It's all there.
Okay, let's unpack this. It feels like there's a lot to learn here about where retail might be going.
Definitely.
So, to get the full picture, we probably need to start at the very beginning.
Makes sense.
This place originally opened way back in September 1971 in Leidschendam, South Holland.
That's right.
And back then, it was just called Leidschendam. Pretty typical Dutch suburban shopping center for its time, I gather?
Exactly. Functional, served its purpose, but nothing like what it is today. It stayed that way for decades.
Okay, so when did the big change start?
The vision for something much, much bigger started taking shape around 2014. There were these ambitious plans for a total overhaul, developed with the local council and Unibail-Rodamco Westfield.
Developers?
Right. And then the actual work, the demolition, the rebuilding, that started around autumn 2016. It was done in phases.
And like you hinted, this wasn't just a bit of paint. That investment figure, 600 million, that's huge.
It's a colossal amount. Hard to really wrap your head around that kind of money going into a shopping center.
And the result. The modern mall, the Westfield Mall of the Netherlands, officially opened its doors March 18th, 2021.
And you can see where that investment went. It became the largest fully covered shopping destination in the Netherlands. About 117,000 square meters of retail space, roughly 280 stores.
Wow.
But, the key thing isn't just the size, it's the shift in what it is.
Right, it wasn't just about getting bigger. It seems like there was a fundamental strategic repositioning, moving from just a local suburban mall to a major regional destination.
Exactly. Blending retail, dining, leisure, culture, and it's all mixed together.
So what was the core vision behind that shift?
The main idea was to create a lifestyle destination. That term gets used a lot, but here it seems quite fitting.
Meaning
reframing shopping. It's not just about buying stuff, it's about the experience. The goal was for it to be a meeting place for the community, but also a big draw for people across the whole Randstad area. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague.
A whole day out kind of thing?
Precisely. Complete destination.
That feels like a really bold statement, especially investing so heavily in experiential retail when, lots of traditional malls were struggling.
It really was a big vote of confidence in physical retail, done differently. You could say it marks a pivotal shift, maybe, in Dutch retail.
So it's become this key hub now.
I think so. It sits right at the intersection of architecture, commerce, leisure. It's a critical spot in the country's retail landscape now, but it builds on that 50-year history, turning something old into something very new.
Let's talk about that newness, especially the design, because it sounds like it's more than just a functional building. MVSA architects were behind it.
That's right. And their design language is all about fluidity, movement, even metaphor.
What stands out most visually?
Well, the exterior is probably the most talked about feature. That white facade, the one that looks like a silk scarf draped over everything.
Okay, yeah.
It's not just for show. The concept was to use it to visually tie together the older parts of the building with the new sections. Make it all one flowing form.
How do they actually do that?
They use these ultra high performance concrete panels, really advanced stuff. They sculpted them, some were even milled from MDF patterns first to get that dynamic wavy look. And it's designed to blend in with the park next door, Zara Park, and the houses nearby.
So it connects to its surroundings.
Yeah, it's not just a big box drop there, it tries to integrate.
And then you go inside. You mentioned a loop.
Yes, inside it unfolds as this figure of 8 loop. It's about 1.8 kilometers long if you walk the whole thing.
That's quite a walk. How does that shape the experience?
It's pretty smart, actually. It naturally guides you past all the main areas. The Central Plaza, Dining Plaza, the Designers Gallery, the food market. You sort of flow through it.
Keeps you moving, discovering things.
Exactly. And the interior design itself is quite restrained. Lots of white marble floors, black lines overhead, gray tones, a neutral backdrop.
Why neutral?
So the shop fronts themselves, the brands, can really stand out. They provide the color and vibrancy. It creates this calm, cohesive feel overall. And then they place things like lighting, seating areas, little play zones, kiosks like islands to break up the journey.
Okay, but there's one bit that isn't neutral at all. That dining closet you mentioned, the golden curtains.
Yes, that's the showstopper. It's really quite astonishing.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so there are 30 of these huge curtains made of golden aluminum chains. Get this, over 12 million individual links.
12 million? Seriously?
Seriously. They cover something like 3,000 square meters. If you laid all the chains end to end, they'd stretch 235 kilometers.
That's mind-boggling.
It is. But it's more than just decoration, you see. It creates this incredible ambiance, a multi-sensory experience. It's also incredibly Instagrammable.
Ah, the social media angle.
Exactly. It's a key part of how physical spaces compete now. Offers something unique, shareable, something you can't get online. It turns dining into an event.
Makes sense. Create moments people want to capture and share. And I heard there's green stuff outside too, green walls.
Yeah, green facades, integration with the parks. It tries to anchor itself in its environment, visually and ecologically.
Okay, some stunning design. But what about the actual shopping? 280 stores is a lot. Big names like Zara, Nike.
Yes, lots of major flagships focused on fashion, sportswear, lifestyle. Zara has a huge space there.
But is it just big chains?
You know, and that's what's interesting. It's a curated mix. You have the big international brands people expect, but also carefully chosen local boutiques, especially in the Designers Gallery.
Right, the Designers Gallery. Tell me more about that. It's a specific zone.
It is a dedicated 3,000 square meter area. They describe it as like a modern Dutch shopping street inside the mall. It features emerging designers, cool lifestyle concepts, places like Ace and Tate, Hutspot, Skins Cosmetics.
So why mix it up like that? Why not just stick with the proven big brands?
Well, that dual approach is strategic. It widens the appeal. You cater to the mainstream shoppers who want familiar names, but also to, say, millennials looking for trends, or locals hunting for unique finds.
Something for everyone, basically.
Pretty much. And the gallery specifically supports new designers. Entrepreneurship gives them a platform they might not otherwise have, while the big chains provide the anchors, the familiar draw.
And I read the shop fronts are really tall, like 7.5 meters.
Yeah, that gives the brands a massive canvas, lets them express their identity really strongly within those quite calm marble corridors. It emphasizes the brand presence.
So the whole retail model feels different, not just rows of identical shops.
Exactly. It's designed as a journey. You move through different styles, different experiences. It invites you to explore, not just tick things off a list. It's definitely a new approach for Dutch malls.
Okay, beyond shopping, food is obviously huge in these destinations now. You mentioned the Eet Theater with those golden curtains.
Yes, that's the heart of the dining experience. It's really dramatic.
What's the concept there?
It aims to blend different market styles. Think Mediterranean market halls, Arabic souks, Asian food stalls, even French wine cellars, all brought together on one stage.
Sounds eclectic.
It is, but it works. And those golden curtains hang above it all, creating this incredible visual focus. Inside, there are about 10 proper sit-down restaurants, places like The Butcher, Tony Loco for pizza, plus kiosks, coffee bars. It feels elevated, communal. Definitely not your old-school food court.
No sticky tables and plastic trays, then.
Hopefully not. And it's not the only food area. There's also Fresh.
Fresh Shesh. What's that?
That's their dedicated food market, about 2,500 square meters.
Okay, so like a supermarket section?
Yes, partly. You've got big names like Albert Heijn XL and Jumbo Food Mart for your everyday groceries. But it also has specialty vendors like Saigon Street for Vietnamese food. So it serves both daily needs and more gourmet interests.
A mix again. Practical and discovery.
Exactly. It functions as both.
And I heard they do interactive stuff there too, cooking demos.
Yeah, sometimes they have workshops or live chef demonstrations. Occasionally even Dutch celebrity chefs pop up, cooking with local seasonal ingredients.
So it's more dynamic.
Right. Keeps it engaging. So overall, the food offering is really broad. From your basic groceries in Fresh to casual bites, proper restaurants in the Eet Theater, it blends utility with that experiential allure. It's a big step up from the typical mall food scene.
It really sounds like they've tried to cover all bases for a full day out. Which brings us to entertainment, because it's not just shops and food, is it?
No, definitely not. They've packed in a lot of leisure options too.
Like the cinema.
Yep, Kanepolis Leidschendam. It's a big complex, 11 screens, over 1,600 seats, and it's got all the modern tech, MX4D, Laser Ultra-RA, Dolby Atmos sound.
MX4D, what's that?
That's the one with like moving seats, smells, wind effects, really immersive. They also have options like cozy seating, so it's a premium cinema experience.
Okay, so movies are covered. What about other activities? Gaming, maybe?
Absolutely. There's Game State, which has 2 floors of arcade games. Appeals to teenagers, families. Pretty broad appeal there.
And for younger kids.
This is quite unique. The Peppa Pig World of Play. It was the first indoor playground of its kind in the Netherlands. Loads of themed play zones, a shop. A huge draw for families with toddlers.
Right, Peppa Pig is massive.
Yeah.
Any options for groups or, say, adults looking for fun?
Sure. There's O'Leary's, which is a sports bar with bowling, more relaxed social gaming.
Okay. And then there was that selfie museum?
Yes, the museum. It's basically designed for Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
18 different themed rooms, 25 immersive installations where you can take photos and videos.
Very clever, tapping right into social media culture.
Extremely clever. It makes the mall itself part of the content creation scene. Generates free marketing, essentially.
So it's a destination for creating social media, not just consuming it.
Precisely. And beyond these fixed attractions, they also do live music, workshops, kids events, seasonal stuff. It's constantly animated.
It really rounds out the picture, doesn't it? Shopping, dining, movies, gaming, play areas, social media spots.
It turns it into a true multi-sensory destination.
Yeah.
You can easily spend a half day or even a full day there. It's much more than just a place to run errands. It really lives up to that lifestyle destination idea.
It sounds incredibly comprehensive. So wrapping things up, it feels like the Westfield Mall of the Netherlands really is a story of transformation, a paradigm shift maybe for Dutch retail.
I think that's fair to say.
From that typical suburban mall, Leidschendam Hague, to this huge, enclosed, experience-focused destination, 117,000 square meters, 280 stores, cinema, Peppa Pig World, food market, design gallery, museum. It's all under one very stylish roof.
And what really sets it apart, I think, is that integration.
Yeah.
The design narrative, the silk scarf, the loot, it connects everything. The curated retail mix, big flagships and local designers, the food experiences, Eet Theater and Fresh, the high-level entertainment.
Right.
And all of it built on that strong sustainability foundation, the excellent rating, the renewable energy, the biodiversity efforts like the Bee Hotel, the waste recycling, the transport links. It's a cohesive package.
It definitely feels like a statement about where retail could be heading in Europe. This move towards destination retail.
Where architecture, experience, community connection, and environmental responsibility all come together.
Yeah.
A remarkable fusion.
So for anyone listening, whether you're local or visiting, into fashion or food, bringing family, or just curious about design.
It offers this unified space to shop, yes, but also to play, eat, relax, explore. Planning ahead, maybe using public transport, makes it smoother. And catching it during an evening event or on a busy weekend gives it a real buzz.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. What does all this mean? If a shopping mall can reinvent itself so completely, becoming a community hub, an entertainment zone, a sustainable landmark, what does that kind of development signal for our cities, for public spaces, and maybe even for our own habits as consumers, as citizens? Could this be the new town square?